My name is Victoria Erdel García, and I'm from Mishawaka, Indiana. I'm studying sociology and teaching English to speakers of other languages, and I'm also part of the Kellogg International Scholars Program. When I first started out in the International Scholars Program, I was actually working with a professor in the Department of History and looking at human trafficking from a historical perspective. But I knew that eventually I wanted to do my own research on human trafficking in the modern day sense. Professor McDonnell came to my sociology course and talked about his work in Ghana. I found it very interesting, so I knew right then that I wanted to work with him.
I'm Terrence McDonnell. I'm an associate professor of sociology here at Notre Dame. I'm a Kellogg faculty fellow and also Victoria's senior thesis advisor.
I actually took his course called Art in Everyday Life, and it was then that I realized I wanted to research something related to human trafficking and social media and how they intersect, and so that's how he became my advisor for this project.
I really like working with the Kellogg International Scholars. You get some of the best and brightest students starting in the freshman year, and then they work in mentorship relationships with faculty. I know I've served with a lot of those students and mentored them along the years, and they're really helpful for my research projects, but they also do a lot of great work on their own, and I help mentor them through those senior theses and capstone projects that they do based on overseas research.
For my research, I went to an anti-trafficking organization in China to look at their social media marketing practices. Initially, it was to look at how they intend to shape their audience's understanding of human trafficking, but it's kind of turned into what they can and cannot release to the public. I first became interested in human trafficking because the founder of this organization came to my church when I was 13 years old and really opened my eyes to the fact that slavery was still happening today.
Victoria is working with an organization that helps survivors of sex trafficking find a new path in life by teaching them how to make jewelry. This organization then has a social media feed that kind of displays the jewelry they've made, but also tells the story of these women. And there's a challenge there, there's an ethical dilemma in how to represent these women with dignity. One challenge they face is by wanting to protect their identity, and so they can't show their faces, and so they have to think strategically about how to talk about these women's lives and represent their stories, but doing so in ways that protect both the organization and these women.
I had already been a part of the Kellogg community when they invited Dr. Muhammad Yunus to come to campus for the Global Forum. He talked a lot about the SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals, which I had never really heard of before, so he really piqued my interest in the SDGs, and I began to pursue other opportunities related to them. After meeting Muhammad Yunus and learning about the SDGs, I applied to the United Nations Youth Assembly because they're very focused on the SDGs, and I was accepted. Kellogg made it possible for me to attend the assembly in New York City, and I got to learn more about the SDGs that are related to my anti-trafficking work. After I came back from that, actually, the United Nations Sustainable Solutions Youth Network reached out to me and asked if I would like to present with them at the Nobel Peace Prize Forum in Minneapolis. Again, Kellogg helped me with that process, got me there so that I could present on my anti-trafficking work. Kellogg has been a part of my journey in my anti-trafficking research and work since the start of my college career.